Hello everyone, welcome to ACE Academy. So today we have Dr. Kshitij with us, who is the founder of ACE Academy. Okay doctor, so can you tell me a little bit about your journey? How did you become a licensed dentist in Canada?
Yeah, sure. I would like to talk about it because I think that's very important to know. I started my journey in Canada in 2018. I was searching for opportunities and the process how to become a licensed dentist in Canada for a long time. But it's 2018 when I started started the journey or working towards it seriously. So I gave my first exam in 2018. I cleared with a very good score, and then I gave my second exam. So after my second exam, COVID hit. So there was no centers, there were no programs running on site, so everything was online, and the exam got cancelled. The third exam got cancelled. So I had almost 1.5 years of gap, and I was thinking, what to do in this time. So that's when my friends, who were around me, they gave me idea, why don't you teach other people? Because since I was a high scorer of this exam, so people motivated me to start teaching. So I started teaching a small batch of 30 people, and that's how ACE was founded. And from 30 it went to 100 in no time. And here we are, having 2 locations in Canada. And running preparatory courses for exams.
So doctor, today we are going to talk about the most hot topic, that is all the questions that the new immigrants have who want to migrate to Canada or who have already landed in Canada. So should I start?
Yeah, sure.
My first question is, what are the steps for an internationally trained dentist to become a licensed dentist in Canada?
So there are 2 pathways primarily. One pathway is the school or university pathway. The second pathway is the equivalency process. So for university or school, you have to give ADAT exam. That's the first step. And once you get the score, you have to meet the language requirements. Then you can apply to the different schools in Canada. So there are almost 7 schools which have this international program, and you have to complete a study of 2 to 3 years depending on the school, and then you apply for the certification in different provinces wherever you want to practice. The other pathway is the equivalency process, through which I actually went through. So this pathway consists of 3 exams: AFK, ACJ and NDCC. So once you clear these 3 exams, then you go to the certification exam, which is virtual OSCE, and after that you can apply to the different provinces wherever you want to practice.
Okay, so considering this question, another question clicks my mind. So what is the waiting time for the application and all the documents required?
Yeah, so if once the first exam is AFK, if you want to give that exam, you have to create a profile on NDEB website. Okay. So that profile requirements are some you have to send some documents from your dental school, like when did you graduate, your mark sheets, your transcripts, your good standing certificate. All these documents have to be sent to the examining board. They take around 6 to 8 weeks to evaluate everything. And once you get the approval, then you can start booking the exam. So the timelines for the exam, the date of the exam, everything is available on the website, the NDB website. And on an average, these exams are held 2 to 3 times in a year.
So doctor, can you tell me a little bit more about the exams required in detail?
Yes. So as I told you, AFK, that's the first step. So this is a theoretical exam in which you have 4 options. You have to choose the most correct option out of those. This exam is held twice in a year, one in August and the other one is in February. The second exam is ACJ, that's a clinical judgment exam where you have x-rays, some case scenarios given to you, and you have to choose the most appropriate option. Third exam is NDCC, National Dental Examining Competency Exam. So this exam consists of 2 components: situational judgment and clinical skills. Clinical skills is the evaluation of your practical skills, how you perform the exercises on a mannequin and a typhodont, like a simulated model. And the other exam is situational judgment. So that is a scenario based exam where you have to do a role play like scenario with a dentist and a patient in the setting. After these exams, you get the final approval, and you can go for the certification exam, which is virtual OSCE. So everybody who wants to practice in Canada has to give virtual OSCE, whether you are a graduate of university or you are equivalency candidate. You have to give that exam. Once you finish that exam, you can apply for the license in the respective provinces.
Okay, so doctor, do you provide all these courses in the ACE Academy?
Yes. We provide start to the finish, starting from AFK to virtual OSCE, and we don't end here. Once you get the license, we also provide continuing education courses to refine your skills.
Okay, so my next question is that are there preparatory courses or bridging programs available for internationally trained dentists in Canada?
Yeah, apart from the pathways which I told you, there is another pathway which is bridging program. So in this, this is actually introduced very recently. So Association of Canadian Faculties of Dentistry, we call them ACFD. They have introduced this bridging program. So this is specifically meant for the people who have given the first two exams, AFK and ACJ, and they are not able to clear the third exam, which is NDCC. So instead of clearing that exam, if you do this program, which is for 8 months at few universities, only as of now, only 2 or 3 universities are running this program. And if you finish those 8 months, you can basically, you are considered equivalent to a person who is giving the NDCC exam. So you can skip that step and directly go to the virtual OSCE.
So my next question is, what are the costs associated with the licensure process for internationally trained dentists?
So on an average, starting from the application fee to the exam fee for all the exams, I would say on an average it's $13,000 to $14,000 just for the exams. And talking about the preparatory courses, like from AFK till NDCC, I would say you need somewhere between 25 to 30,000. That includes the preparatory courses and the materials.
So doctor, are there any financial assistance programs available to help the dentists?
Yeah, I mean, as I told you, the cost is very high. I mean, I didn't even talk about the living expense. So if you include the living expense, this number goes on increasing. It's not possible for an immigrant to give so much money at once. So we have financial programs, and ACE is proudly partnered with Windmill and CIVC, who help specifically international trained dentists to navigate through this process. So for AFK, the Windmill provides $25,000 as a starting loan, and then once you clear the exam, eventually you get up to 150,000 Canadian dollars, but it is dispensed in phases as you clear the exams.
Okay, so doctor, are there any specific language proficiency requirements for becoming a dentist in Canada?
Not as of now. If you have a certificate from your school that your education was in English, that is more than enough. As of now, the licensing bodies accept that. You don't need to give IELTS or TOEFL. If you are going to a university, as I said, you need that language requirement.
Okay.
Yeah.
So my next question is that what are the job prospects and average salaries for dentists in Canada?
Dental jobs are always in demand, and there is always a shortage of dentists in Canada, especially in the northern parts of the country. So on an average, every year there are 13,000 job opportunities, coming in the Canada, because the dentists are retiring, and you have those opportunities coming up. On an average, the salary, as you asked, I would say from 150K to 300K per annum. That would be the average.
Okay, doctor. So different provinces have unique licensure requirements or additional exams?
They have their own licensing exams, I would say, but it's not like a major exam. They have some requirements which is specific to the provinces. So you have to check on the website regarding that.
So are there any support networks or associations for internationally trained dentists in Canada?
Yes, we have Internationally Trained Dentists Association of Canada, which is the largest association for all the international dentists. Plus we have our ACE alumni group. So these groups are created to support the students in their journey, and we provide all kind of assistance from the preparatory courses to helping them with accommodation, some guidance on the immigration. Some people, ask what are the requirements as an international student. If they're coming as an international student, can they also go into this program? So we do answer all those questions over there.
Doctor, do you have to be a permanent resident to appear for this exam?
No, for appearing this exam, there is no requirement of permanent residency as of now. But in order to practice, once you get the license, once you apply for the license, you need a permanent resident status at that time, not to give this exam. There are a lot of people, and I do advise strongly for the people who have a successful practice back home, do not shut down everything and come to Canada, and then you have to struggle a lot. I would suggest, as our academy is also providing online courses, so finish first 2 exams from your country. AFK, ACJ, you can finish from your country. You just have to come come outside your country to give the exam. So we have centers in Canada, US, Europe. So you can choose any of these centers and finish your exam over there and then go back. The study part you can do from your country, and that's the best advice from my side.
So the last question is that how long does this whole process take, starting from the documentation to getting your license?
On an average, I would say 2 to 3 years. If you finish everything in one go. If you have to repeat your exam, you can add 6 months extra. But on an average, whoever comes to Canada and starts their journey, they finish in 2 to 3 years.
That's all for today. Thank you, Dr. Kshitij, for being with us today. If you have any other questions in mind, drop down in the comments section. We'll make sure to cover them up in all the upcoming videos. Ace your exam with ACE.